Hello, guys. Welcome to another exciting episode of A to Z Show. Today, we are taking the story all the way from Kasua, moving straight to the central region. Am I right? That's UCC.
Yeah.
And then taking a flight all the way to UK, Birmingham to be precise. Today, I have with me
Emery Van Christian.
Edina Nkasana Spazomo, Emery Van Christian. What do you think of having your PhD at 25? Is that possible to begin with? That is the story we are having today. A young man rising from God knows where, all the way to the UK, and at age 25, he's becoming a PhD holder. Let's get into the conversation and let's see how this started, how it's going, and how it will end. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
He's my boss. So tell us, how did this start? Let's take it from the beginning.
Well, thank you once again for having me on the show.
Sure.
My name is Emery Van Christian, and I'm a PhD student at Birmingham City University in the UK. So the question of how did it start? We will say that it started long ago, not today. I'm just a boy who had a dream of changing the world in my own small way. So, just like we said, I'm 25 years old, and I'm the firstborn of my parents. Lost my dad about
Condolence.
close to 20 years ago.
So that means you were around 5.
Yeah, very young. Very young. Very, very young. But so far so good. The journey has been good, thanks to God and a few people who have been very, 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 very supportive. As we dive in, we'll talk more about it.
Okay, so let's start from SHS.
Okay.
Then would enter UCC.
Okay.
Then would look at what you did after UCC. But SHS.
Well, I think today I'm going to tell you guys a story. I'm going to break a code here.
Okay.
So I think most of my friends thought maybe I attended Koforidua Sectech. I never attended Koforidua Sectech.
Hey.
Yeah. Today I'm breaking a story here. Today I attended Presbyterian Senior High School at Teshi. Yeah. So I'm from the deepest of the trenches. Today I'm
so guys, this is not Presec Legon.
No.
This is not Adisa.
No.
This is not Infantile Pinus or Infantile Man.
No.
This one is not which one says?
Was.
No. This one is Presec Teshi.
Yeah. So
okay.
So I think growing up I wanted to attend the Legon, the Prempe and all of that. But after BEC, I think I did well, but I ended up over there. And to those times where my friends were going to the big schools, and I was like, no, I also would have to go to the big schools. But meanwhile, God had a purpose for me over there. So I went there, right from the years from, I think I entered in SHS, I think October 2014. October 2014, that's when I entered senior high, right from that time. So I completed in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, so Rotuasi. So like I said, I lost my dad. So after school, I had to teach for a year.
Okay.
Yeah, so I taught from 2017 to 2018 before I entered the university. And even the university education, at a point, I felt, it's not possible because looking at where I'm coming from. Yeah. But God being so good, I have a very supportive mother and very supportive.
So this one, shout out to all mothers out there. Yeah. Mothers are very solid, and
yes,
God bless you guys.
Yeah. So my mom, she's called Sister Maggie.
Auntie Maggie.
Yeah. So that is how we all call her. So my mom was like, University Obetuaso. So right then, I think I remember I bought University of Cape Coast forms, and one of my church elders assisted me of buying UHAS forms.
Okay.
So I remember UHAS, they gave me biochemistry that time. That was 2018. And then I decided to go for UCC. So I entered UCC I think, August 2018 to pursue a bachelor's degree in diagnostic imaging, that is known as radiography.
Radiography.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I entered the university, and that is where the journey
Started.
So
let's come back to, was there a plan? As in, you know that when everybody has a plan for life.
Sure.
Probably, maybe I'm school.
Sure.
Me say, what was the plan for you when you entered into the university?
Well, yes, I had a plan. I have plans. Yes, I had a plan. So, when I entered the university, I think in the final year, I was the only boy as at then. But in the final year, my mom gave birth to my younger brother, who is Robin. And so, when I entered the university in 2018, and I remember at that time, our fees at that time was 3,900 and something, and it was later increased to 4,757. I remember that time, my mom had to go and sell one of her clothes to be able to come up with that additional money. Because that time, the hostel where I was placed in, I think, superannuation hall, they increased their hostel fees at that time. So my mom had to sell her clothes for me to get extra amount. And that time when you go in year one, once you pay those amounts, I think your fees and accommodation is sorted for the entire year, or less than next academic year. So the university was a bit challenging. It was challenging at the beginning, very, very challenging, because I remember sometimes I'll call my mom and, hello, Mr. Sound. My mom would send me 15 CDs, 10 CDs, 20. Sometimes I'm shy. Hey, oh yeah, because I remember in year, when you get to the university in year one, that is where the pressure is. Where school you go. 15 CDs. Yeah. Those times, in the university, the early times, first year, that's where the pressure was. Where school you go. Where school you go, then they mentioned the prempe, the was. So that was when I used SecTech. Because my uncle attended SecTech, Koforidua. So I was using it to cover. Oh, I was caught one day. And since then, I think when I was caught that day, one of the boys even became my friend. Shout out to Agri Kuku Mensa, who is now in the US. He attended SecTech.
Oh, okay.
And I remember when he once asked me, you just say that you did one at school, the class you did, I don't feel talk. Because I didn't
even do anything about them.
Oh, okay. Because my uncle attended, it's called Edward Chopper. So,
but you don't use in details.
No. Chopper did general art.
Oh, okay.
So you can't use it.
You can't use it.
So I think, year one of now, I think we are told to pay accommodation before we
enter.
Before we go to the next year, because if you wanted a place, because superannuation is a hot cake till now. And so that is when God came in. Yeah, God came in. So I remember we went home for vacation. I couldn't raise the money, so I was not able to secure superannuation in second year. So it was my boys who were able to secure, my chairman Buddha boys. Yeah. So we went.
Shout out to Buddha boys.
Yeah, chairman Buddha boys. We are a team. We are plenty. Emeven Christian, Emmanuel Dogbe, Julian Vu, Ketchoff, Ecole, Richmond, Ransford, and Abawen. So yeah, these are my boys.
These are the boys.
And two solid girls, Nanesi and Phyllis.
Shout out to everyone. Hey, Phyllis is...
Yeah. Hey, she's a chairman Buddha woman. Yeah.
So,
yeah. So I remember, that time we went on vacation, and I told my mom that, Sister Maggie, they see me into a dying Kawansana. And I remember that when I was about going, my mom had to go and take loan. Yeah, to be able to pay for my... And that time she was not even done paying that loan she took that year. So she had to go and take another loan from another bank to be able to
foot the bill.
Yeah, to foot for the accommodation. So I remember she gave me money. I think she went for a loan. I remember it was 1,000 to 12 million. So I had to go and secure accommodation. Like I didn't pay all. White Westel. I think I had some extra to pay. So at least once you pay that 1,000 to, it's heavy. You can get the room. Once school resumes, you come and do the what? Come and do the top up. So school resumed. And I remember one day we went for lectures. We closed and we were coming in. One of my boys, that was in level 200, one of my boys, Ekoisel Mensa, wherever you are, God richly bless you. That boy, he did the magic, Ekoisel Mensa. So I remember one time we closed from lectures, we were walking home, and you used to see before you go that semester, you need to pay about 70% before you can register for the courses for that particular semester.
Okay.
So we closed, we were walking around the Interbetin stretch off to Abra. Then Eko asked me, Charlie, the courses, you see I'm the same. I was like, oh, Charlie, I don't pay my fees, so So I know see, we say, for real? I said, yeah. We say, oh, okay. So we're just lamenting over the whole issue. So we got to hostel, and Echo was like, I followed them to superannuation that day, and Echo was like, oh, make I tell my puppy. So just like that. And I remember that sem, I think that particular sem, I think my GPA was somewhere around 3.7. So the A's were there in the prior semester. So I think my CGPA at that time was around 3.5 something. And I sent him my results, and he sent it to his dad. His dad is called Engineer Godfred Mensah, with his wife. Yeah. So
God bless you, sir.
God, very, very, very. So I sent my results to Echo, sent it to the dad. In about 10 minutes, I've received 1,000 cedis. I think, I remember 1,000 cedis to pay some of the fees. And since then, life started changing. Engineer Godfred Mensah, wherever you are, God richly bless you. He made my life on campus easy, together with my boys, the Chairman Brother boys. Because if I talk about, I will cry. Yeah, issues there, one thing there, but I'm just supportive to my family, Engineer Godfred Mensah, my friends. Yeah, the Buddha boys, very solid.
So let's talk about one craziest moment in school where, say, like in the midst of all this, but let's take this fees aspect out. So where you probably looked left, looked right, center up, and then there was nothing. It was just you. One craziest moment.
Yeah. So I think I remember it was one weekend, Charlie. Based on campus, we had a popular food joint we used to eat on campus called Tasty Chef. Charlie, come to me. And my boys, they like, come to me. The boys nobody gets. Show me name, zero. In first year, I was not close to Echo as at that time. I became close with the boys from year 2 going. So in the first year, like, we were 4 by university. I remember that time I never had a laptop in year 1. I was using a phone called Ferro. That time, I think my space was 512 megabytes. Since I from my gym, the phone to refresh, 10 minutes. I saw my friend, man. Oh, yes. So I was using Ferro. I never had a laptop in.
Where's the bro?
Where's the bro?
My girl's in new. Still on my 2 bill.
Don't win you. So I think I remember in year 1. Yeah. So that time, Charlie, at the honk. And that time to be so bad there because growing up, I had that inferiority complex. So hardly would I, Charlie, a comedy man. So, so please, I'm the commander. Oh, boys, no winning. Oh, I'm the commander, sir. Oh, I'm the chop, so boy. I'm the commander, sir. Oh, sir. But I remember those times my mom would be like, no, I'm so factory up. I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now.
No.
Yeah.
So now yeah. Okay, fast forward. We are done with school.
Yeah.
And then what was the plan after school?
Well, so I think during towards the final year, growing up I wanted to be a medical doctor. My mom wanted me to be a pilot.
Oh, okay.
My grandma wanted me to be a pastor growing up. So my boys, they all know me. I wanted to do medicine. Like, it was either medical or suicide. I wanted to do medicine. Giddy. So I think during towards final year, my boy Eric, we like the aim was to get first class. Giddy. By that time, this make us so Charlie. Those times my CGPA is like I'm swinging because those times your mom the best they kind of there because year 1 I think I started with a GPA of 3.3. That was my GPA. So getting towards final year, I was like, nah. Before I came to level 400, I remember at level 300 concept the vacation. I took pen and paper, looked at the courses because that time Mr. Engineer Godfred Mensah had helped me sort out my fees, so I knew the course I'll be doing. Took pen and paper and had to calculate the minimum grades I should get for the 2 semesters before I can graduate with a first class. So I calculated it, then I started working towards it. And yes, I graduated with a first class. So it was either medicine or nothing. But as I was in the profession, I got to have more mentors, the like of Reverend James William, Dr. Razak. Those were people who were motivating us. They were telling us to Q Akuje do in Bournemouth. These were people who, like, they made us understand that, making it in diagnostic imaging radiography is possible. But yeah, so now I started having second thought. So now I was in between medicine and postgraduate education in radiography. So after school, so yes, I had a plan. But I was caught in between two things: either diagnostic imaging or doing medicine. Yeah.
Okay. So at what point did the whole UK thing come in? Was it part of the plan?
Okay.
Or like you just collided with it along the line?
Well, no. I never collided with it. It was part of the plan. Yes, it was part of the plan, because I remember, if you're a radiographer in Ghana, I think everybody knows, like, once you are done with first degree, you have some relevant experience, you apply for HCPC to travel to the UK to practice as a diagnostic radiographer. But it was never my thing to like apply for HCPC and go to UK to practice. Nah. Because I think after undergrad, with my research, I started developing the passion for research. I loved research because, my supervisor at that time was Reverend James William Mampofo, my undergraduate supervisor, and Dr. Abdul Razak Wuni also supported us in one way or the other. So the UK thing, this UK, okay, so UK, after school, like, okay, fine, I've gotten a first class. Me, I can't do mason work. I can't go and carry block. I can't do anything. So I was like, what do I do? Let me channel my God-given talent into something that would help. So that was when I was like, okay, then fine. Let me apply for postgrad. Because, first class. And let me debunk this thing. Getting a first class doesn't mean that automatically you get a scholarship. Nah. Because shout out to Bernard. He was our best graduating student at that time. He has been a solid, I call him my school father, solid brother. Catch off. A very solid guy. Very solid guy. So I think after school that time, I think my friends all went into the clinical space to practice. But myself and Bernard, we decided to be teaching and research assistants. So we were TAs with Prof Koleku. So that time, then I started. I remember I started applying. So I think that time, I think ChatGPT was released in November 2022. I remember I drafted my first personal statement with ChatGPT.
Okay.
Very first, I think, So now reading about postgraduate education, applying, reading. So Masters, Commonwealth, Chevening, Erasmus Mundus, Alan Nesta, like a whole lot, applying. So I completed school November 2022. My graduation was March 2023. Then I started applying from that time. And one of the guys who helped me very, very, very much was Ameyaw. AJ, he's called AJ. He's doing his PhD in Hong Kong. AJ, wherever you are, thank you very much for the support. Still now, we still talk every day. So he won Commonwealth shared and he did his masters in the UK. So I remember that time so if anything, you call him naturally, AJ, this is what I'm doing. Do you have any guide? So he was guiding us bit by bit. So I applied for a lot, plenty. Go bound. Sometimes the masters, yes, you get the admission, but the problem is the funding.
Okay.
Because postgraduate education is overseas, it's expensive, and you need to have the support. If your family or if you don't have correct money or if funding, it's almost like impossible to find. Because looking at my story, looking at where I came from, where am I going to get? There's no way. So I was like, then still me pim. I would tell my mom, I apply for school, like, okay, you'll be come by boom. And my mom and my grandma, they are the prayer for type. Oh yeah.
All my days actually.
My mom and grandma like, oh, yam fan come by boom, yam bomb by and all of that. So 2023 passed, bounce. 2024 I applied for a couple of them. My PhD applications I did always from Dr. Razak. Very, very a supportive mentor, a father, like everything. Dr. Razak is all in all. So I remember one day I was watching a Champions League match with Madrid, City and Madrid. I was then Dr. Razak sent me. That was I think 4th of April. 4th of April 2024. Dr. Razak sent me one school because anytime I apply and I get a rejection, I send him the email that Dr. Razak
that we rejected.
He'll be like, oh, don't worry, keep on fighting. There's hope. So I remember he sent it to me, and this one particular one he sent to me. Charlie, because most of the things I did, I was applying for
in the advancing plenty.
Because from undergrad, there's ideally from undergrad you move to masters before you advance to pursue your PhD. So my focus was more on the what, on the masters. So after school to my undergraduate thesis, I worked on it and I published it. So I had some relevant research experience, more. And so he sent it to me. We did not make say for real. Not much it was funded PhD at Birmingham City University. So I was like, I was doing long, Charlie. So even though I was doing long, I was still preparing for it because unlike the other applications where Mr. Kama fast, but this one, I was a bit reluctant. But regardless of it, I was still working on it. So I did everything, my documents, everything ready, and I remember I applied a day before deadline. I think the application deadline was 30th of April. Yes, 30th. So I applied a day before. That was 29. So I did the application and I told Dr. Azak that, and AJ that, seniors, when my boys that Charlie, I've done the application. And let me chip in this. One of my boys, Julian, he did something very shocking that I'm saying. So I remember those times when I had the masters, I told that Charlie, Julian, I get masters, so I know they get funding. And he took it to Twitter and he made a post soliciting for funds for me to help me with my.
Some boys just be solid.
That's why I say my boys, them solid. Julian sent it to Twitter.
Yeah, for go farm boys.
Oh yeah, we all just solid boys.
Yeah, for go farm boys.
That place,
because farm boys.
Julian has always been someone who be like, Charlie, Ameyaw, yeah, for jackpot then go continue the school because you bail out, see those things. Yeah, so Julian was like, so he took the post to Twitter, shared it. Oh, he made like DM people just to see for support, but to no avail. But that act alone, Charlie,
that act alone, yeah,
that's someone to do that.
Exactly.
It talks more about who.
Charlie boys, you guys for the help boys. So
me my boys,
yeah, they're from fully plenty.
Oh, them my boys for the. Oh, me my boys, them help me.
Yeah, sometimes the gestures is, it's not about the money. It's about the gesture. Yeah,
Charlie.
Because sometimes people just they want to see somebody they give them.
You know my boys, my boys them day. My boys them day. Oh yeah.
So let's look at fast forward. Now we are in Birmingham, UK.
Yeah.
How is life and education in Birmingham like compared to back home here?
Well, so fast forward after application, I had an email to attend an interview. So with the panel, so I prepared my slides, did everything, then went for the interview. I think I did an interview on a Wednesday. I was supposed to get a feedback on Monday. The following day, I had an email that I was the successful candidate.
Oh, okay.
On a fully funded PhD scholarship.
Very quick.
Yeah, very quick. So let me use the opportunity to say hello to my PhD supervisors.
Okay, let's do that.
My PhD supervisor is Professor Joanne Broke. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. She is my director of studies. And my first supervisor, Dr. Olarewanju Lawal, who is a senior lecturer in diagnostic radiography, as well as Birmingham City University. So I'll fast forward. So from Ghana, so when I had the scholarship, there were a few money issues that I would have to sort and all of that. And like God came through for me. The person who prefer I don't mention his name, but he knows his name. Like, let me mention the name. Dr. Abdul Razak Wuni came through for me. Pam did everything for me. He even booked my flight for me.
Oh.
Right, British Airways. A flyer.
This one, you see, this one is a story of Abu Bronco Siao. But Kofi Kinata has another a comment or two.
Yeah, so quickly Dr. Razak helped me with everything, booked flights and everything. So fly me straight from Ghana to Dubai, then Dubai to Birmingham. So got in different environments, settling will be a bit tough, all of that. But it was challenging at the initial months, at the early stages, where I caught the boys Charlie depression and things. But as time went on, I now became accustomed to the system, and so the education system there, and we all know, it's a general perception that education system there in the UK is like solid. Like, let me get term for that. Solid, like facilities, access, like Birmingham City University is one of the top, like very, very top universities in the UK. And I am very proud to be a BCU student. Very, very proud to be a Birmingham City University student. So I got to the UK in August, and settling in August, September, November, December, then PhD and library, supervisory meetings, and my supervisors have been very supportive. And again, let me say very big shout outs to Dr. Angela Kuma, who is also a lecturer at Keele University. I reached out to her. She's very, very, very supportive system. And and my PhD colleagues, Abubakar Shetima, who is a Nigerian, Mrs. Eunice, who is also a Nigerian, and a few people. And so, yes, life my studies in the UK, so far so good. It's progressing.
So right now, PhD at age 25. Now how's the feeling like?
So I remember when we were in school, Dr. Razak once said that he pursued his PhD right from the bachelor's level, and we thought it was a joke until I experienced it myself. So pursuing a PhD, I actually started pursuing my PhD at age 25. The feeling, all thanks to God and the people who have been supportive in our lives right from the beginning. And yeah, so few friends like Erasing, a very good female friend of mine, and all of that. So
I'm sure that as you are mentioning ladies like this, you've mentioned your girlfriend's name already, or
girlfriend.
You're single.
Oh, right now and yeah, Charlie. The boys they Nash heavy. Oh yeah, but so I think
you have not answered the question.
Oh, I said the Nash. If boys we talk to you the Nash, hi to my ladies out there.
So what he's trying to say is that right now you can send in applications, right? You can book a flight to you to come and join him in Birmingham, right? Yeah.
So yeah, so life has so far so good. It has been good, and yeah. Let me chip in this. In the FromSHS, one girl called Rebecca. She used to put me on Charlie. She saw me be
rather you're bigging up people.
Oh yes, and
boys,
yes, and I've not had a chance to. So
see,
Esther McCauley.
Sometimes you guys, is this little things, you see them, they mention him. I'm sure probably are waiting for your name to be mentioned, but you've done nothing. How have you mentioned your name? You get Timunda from fully, like I said earlier on. So right.
So yes, so the feeling is good, but now you've had the admission. Well, what is next? You need to put in the work. So
put in the work.
There's not, so depending on God for strength, and I'm still putting in the work.
Okay.
Nothing more, nothing else. Yeah.
Okay. So when are you expected to go back?
Very soon.
Very soon.
Yeah, very soon.
Very soon. Okay. Now this is very important to me. Education in UK is solid. What do you think that the system is doing that is probably not giving students that enough room to excel?
Well, let me say this. I won't blame it on the system.
Okay.
No, because we're all through the same system. People have mentioned their names. Andrew Ayene, he did sonography in UCC. He's a Commonwealth scholar now. Wisdom, he's also in Bournemouth University. He did sonography UCC. Shivinin scholar. Rosemary Legon, she's also a Commonwealth scholar. We are all from the same system. So it's not about the system, it's about you. It's about the mindset. Because I had a dream. I know boys out there, we have dreams. So what I would say is, if you are putting in the work, continue putting in the work. The time is coming. Because I completed 2022. I had to apply for 2 years. People don't know the rejections. No. People don't know the struggles. All they know is, my boys and people who are closer to me, they know the struggles that I went through. So if you're a student, it's about having the right mindset. If you're in school at this point, level 100, 200, I will tell you, try your best to secure the best CGPA you can get. First class, second class, get it. If you can get a first class, go ahead and get it. And a shout out to Israel, Kevin Afu. He's one of our seniors who has helped us all a lot. The chairman of the has helped us a lot. He has been very, very supportive. So, what is the name? So, if you are students level 100, 200, try and get the best GPA you can get. If you are applying for the schools, to reach out to people, LinkedIn, X, like the things, resources are there. YouTube videos, have the likes of Victor Agboga, Ogechuku Madu, they are on Twitter. These are people who use the same route, and we follow them. And these are the same people who we follow. So if you are putting the application, read wide, trust in God, and believe in timing. Someone will say that my apply, continue. I will tell you that. Don't give up, because don't give up. No, just don't give up. Just don't give up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are wrapping up. This is the story of a young man all the way from Kaswa straight to Presec, nearly gone Tesi to UCC, Obefa Klagon Kakra. He didn't say that part. But at the moment, studying or doing his PhD, UK Birmingham, to be precise, to you, it might be impossible. But like we've said here and agreed, it is possible. Once you put in the work, once you are determined, you see, the avenue would present itself.
Certainly.
God would bring the people,
Of course.
like he did for him.
Of course.
So just make sure that you are doing the right things at the right time, and it will work out very good for you. Because like I said, a lot of people have gone through that path and it's also on that path. And we know that there are a lot of you out there doing the same thing. So just comment underneath. Invite you to the show. We share the stories. We talk about the struggles. We talk about the wins, so that people would know that yes, there are people from the trenches that are still making it out there.
I'm still in the trenches though.
It's like,
I'm still-
right now it's a big boy. Right now it's a big
I'm
boy.
still in the trenches.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the A to Z show, and we say bye bye.